Old Town Alexandria, according to some reporting from Mary Margaret Olahan, has replaced crosswalks with the Pride Progress flag. Now, the Pride Progress flag isn't even just the regular Pride flag. It's like the Pride flag. It's the rainbow with that triangle with some stuff, and I think some racial stuff in there. And it's a little bit more aggressive even than the Pride flag. That's the crosswalk now. And you might say, okay, well, that's because it's the month of June, and that's just how it goes. No. According to Mary Margaret, the Alexandria City Council voted to permanently install the new Pride crosswalks a year ago. Permanent. It's just there. So what do you do? In part, I like the idea that you can just drive your scooter or whatever, or even your car, I guess. But even if you're walking in the crosswalk, just kind of do donuts in there and kind of really scuff that up. Though you'll probably go to jail if you do that. I like the idea that you're trotting this thing underfoot and you're stomping all over it. But no, what they're really forcing you to do is walk across this, make this part of your daily life, participate in the Pride ideology. If we do not suppress a powerful ideology, we will get more of it. The Pride ideology is powerful in as much as the people who are in power, who are enthralled to the principalities and powers of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places, they have some mojo. They've got some political power, and they are advancing this ideology. And if you don't suppress that, you're going to get more of it. Liberalism tells us, "No, man, you do you. Just do whatever you want. Don't yuck my yum." But no, an ideology is going to grow or it's going to diminish if it's got any power behind it at all. The liberals know this. This is why the liberals, looking even beyond ideology, see Christianity, which is religion, and not only religion, it's true religion, and they suppress it every chance they get. They spy on Catholic churches. That's what that's what Joe Biden, that was a Freudian slip because it's basically the same administration. That's what Biden's FBI was up to. They go in, they sue nuns for advancing Catholic teaching. They try to prohibit Catholic schools and institutions from upholding Catholic teaching. More broadly, they suppress any kind of flavor of Christian belief in public life because they know if you don't suppress it, you're going to get more of it. And then what do? They exalt their own anti-religion, the Pride religion, the anti-religion that caused Adam and Eve to fall out of the Garden of Eden and Satan to fall like lightning from heaven. They promote that in the public square. In part because they know that the conservatives are not going to suppress it. Because we still believe all the lies and the myths of liberalism, whereas the libs understand what that ideology is really about. Zoomers are bringing their parents on job interviews. I didn't believe it myself, but there's a survey. There's a poll. Polls would never lie. In a resume template survey of almost 1,500 U.S. Gen Z Zoomers, 70%, 70, said they had asked their parents for help during their job search. That seems typical to me. You at least ask a little advice. Hey, mom and dad, what do you think? Should I do this or that? But then 26%, that is, by my rough calculations, a little over 1 in 4 Zoomers, said they had brought a parent to a job interview. For these Zoomers who said they brought a parent to an in-person interview, I almost can't believe this, and I certainly can't get through it without laughing. 37% said they had the parent come into the office. 26% said the parent physically sat in the room while the interview took place. 18% said that their parents introduced themselves to the hiring manager, and then here's the kicker, 7% said the parent even answered questions for the job applicant. Let me just try to find the nice thing here. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. It is good that Zoomers have respect for their parents. It is good that Zoomers seem more inclined to remain close to their parents than some prior generations have. this is completely insane. Okay, so those are the only good things I can really see in this. And I know pendula, they swing back and forth. And so some generations, they basically want nothing to do with their parents. And now Zoomers, are sitting in mom's house up until the age of 45, eating chicken nuggets. That's probably the pendulum swinging too much in the other direction. At least it's good that they want to get a job, but to bring your mom on a job interview, not the smartest idea. What is this a sign of? It's a sign, obviously, that Zoomers are having trouble growing up. Millennials, my own generation, famously has had some trouble growing up. Zoomers seem to be even a little worse off than that. And the reason that that's really bad is that not growing up is a sign of despair, and despair is a sin. Despair is a loss of hope. If you're not growing up, if you want to stay in perpetual adolescence, you don't want to move out of mommy's and daddy's house. You don't want to date people. You don't want to get married. You don't want to have kids. Millennials and Zoomers are just not having kids. They're not getting married. They're not having kids. That is a sign of despair because it means you don't have any hope for the future. You're comfortable in the status quo. You wish against hope and against the way that reality works, that you can just freeze in time and space forever. And when you do consider the future, it's only with trepidation and fear, which is why you don't want to take any risks. Get married, have kids, even go on a job interview alone. This is one of the reasons why I would never vote for a politician who's not married, pretty much under any circumstances. No river so long doesn't contain a bend, to quote Norm Macdonald, but I almost certainly would not vote for a politician who was not married. I would not follow any kind of political leader who's not married. And the reason for that is the marriage is the fundamental political unit. It's the basic building block of all of politics. If a political leader has not demonstrated that they can do even that, even the most basic aspect of politics, then I should have no confidence whatsoever that they can do anything grander in politics. This is why a would-be political leader, pontificating from his parents' basement is not a good sign. Okay, we were talking about Europe a little earlier. These European leaders, who many of them are married, but they refuse to have children. It's not even that necessarily they're caught in infertility. They just don't want to have children. They don't want to adopt children. That's a bad sign because it means they have no skin in the game for the future. They are not exemplifying the basic political unit. Why on earth should I believe that they have any ability to help construct a political future on a broader scale? That was a great clip. Now hold up, ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel, the one and only official Michael Knowles YouTube channel, where you get all the cool official content. We'll see you next time.